Hello, I'm Ariam, and this is my TBR, my to be read, the things I want to read in July of 2025. So the first things, let's start with the stuff that I've already started reading. So one of the books that I've already started reading is the fourth book in the Memoirs of Lady Trent series by Marie Brennan. It is called In the Labyrinth of Drakes. This series follows our main character, Isabella, who is living. So this series goes over decades. Currently, this book is happening in the early 1830s, and she lives in a world with dragons, and she wants to become a dragon naturalist. So each book follows her traveling to another part of the world and studying the dragons there and all the shenanigans she gets into, and they're really good. Then the next book I'm currently reading, which do not be surprised if you see me DNF this, but this is The Poetic Edda, translated by Carolyn Larrington. This is kind of like the Greek myth of Norse myth, but it's not really what I was expecting. It's much drier than I was expecting. So yeah, we'll see. I'm planning to try a little more of this, but I'm not loving it, so I might DNF it. Kind of weird to say about, something that was written, orally told thousands and thousands of years ago and then compiled also like 1,000 years ago, but yeah. And the last book I'm currently reading, and by which I mean I read like 3 pages of it, is The Ladies of Greece Adieu and Other Stories by Susanna Clarke. So this book happens in the world of Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, also by her. I believe all her books happen in that world, and it is a world where magic was existing in the Middle Ages in England, but then it died out, people forgot how to use it, and it was revived in the early 1800s. So this book is a collection of stories supposedly compiled by a scholar in the 2000s of different stories from a lot of different times in this world, following dealings of humans and fae. Okay, now let's get to the books that I had on hold in the library, and then they came in for me, which is actually, it's only one, isn't it? So that would be With Twice the Love, Decimee by Justina Chen. This is a middle grade book. I don't remember what happens in it, but I do know that I love Justina Chen's books, so yay. Okay. So now let's get to the books that I was supposed to read last month, which is only one of them. Shopaholic to the Stars by Sophie Kinsella. I believe this is the 7th book in the series. This follows our main character, Becky, and in this book this is a realistic fiction series, and this book she moves with her husband to LA, and she just really loves shopping. So I'm trying to finish my series by reading one of a series a month and then trying to finish it and move on to the next series. So I was supposed to read this last month and did not get to it, but my mom just got this out of the library for me. And then the one that's for this month is the last book in the series, actually, Shopaholic to the Rescue. I do not know what happens in this book, obviously. It looks like she goes to Las Vegas, so on the cover. But, yeah. Next, besides that, I've also been trying to read the Magic Trio series and finish all of them. So this month, I read the last book that has been published so far. However, tomorrow, on July 1st, the next Magic Treehouse book, Sea Otter Sunrise by Mary Pope Osborne, is supposed to come out. If you don't know, these books are early chapter books, and the kids learning to read. They have 2 siblings, Jack and Annie, who find a magic treehouse, and when they point at a book and say, "I wish I could go there," it takes them to the place where they are. Now, speaking of Sea Otter Sunrise, I also have these 2 challenges that I do every month, and which altogether have 4 prompts. So one is the Buzzword Thumb Challenge, which has 1 prompt where you need to find something in the title, and 1 prompt where you need to find something on the cover. So the prompt for July on the cover was technology, and Sea Otter Sunrise has our main characters, Jack and Annie, are wearing scuba diving gear on the cover, so technology. Then, I also feel technology is very broad, but I was trying to really stick to the idea of modern technology, and luckily it came up with Sea Otter Sunrise. The other prompt I do is a year Eldia, or Adventure in Eldia, which is part of a larger readathon, which the main months happen in August and April, where your character goes to magical university, and then your character travels on adventures, and you read one book a month. I have 2 characters, which is why I'm reading 2 books. So for one of my characters, the prompt is to... Oh my god. What was the prompt? I know Sea Otter Sunrise fits it, but what was the prompt? Okay, well that explains why I didn't remember the prompt, because it's not actually a prompt for the book itself like most of them are. It is an activity prompt. So it is read this book entirely in the peak of hours. So from 12 in the afternoon to 11:59 at night. So Sea Otter Sunrise fits it because it's a very short book and I'm able to read it in an hour. And I generally read when waiting for the bus and in the bus stop. So obviously that happens both in the morning and the afternoon. So I need a short book to complete that prompt. Well, complete it easily. And then I have one other book that fits both of the other prompts. So the Wordathon title prompt this month is have a punctuation mark in the title, and the Adventure in Eldia, the prompt I have for my other character, is read a book that was published before you were born. The book I chose for both of those prompts was A Prefix Uncle by P.G. Wodehouse, which is... I don't know what it's about. I know it's P.G. Wodehouse. I love P.G. Wodehouse. It has apostrophe in the title and prefix. I think it's also a school story, and I love school stories. So, and it was obviously published before I was born. It was published in the 1920s, 1910s, something like that. So those are all the books I am planning on reading in July of 2025. See you!